interpreting and translation. Basically, they are similar. They are the same process of rendering the information from one language into another. What are the main differences? The main differences is, of course, time. If we translate, we've got time to look up words. We need to, have some time to reread what we've translated, edit, proofread, and polish our translation. When we are interpreting, it's immediate, and it's something you cannot redo, undo, or take your words back. And if you say something, it's already there. If you don't say anything, it's the worst. So these are the main problems. I think time and knowledge of the terminology and the field you are interpreting, they are of high importance. On the other hand, in translation, we try to render everything. So not every word, but all essential information. And sometimes, like in the legal translation, we try to save as much as possible, even the word order. We'll talk about it a bit in this course, and I give a lot of information about that in the legal translation course. But actually, in translation, we must preserve, maintain as much as possible. In translation, in interpreting, we usually an interpreter speaks 2/3 of the time compared to the speaker. So it is not only allowed, it is even desirable to compress information, to get rid of some, let's say, meaningless insertions and so on, and save as much important information, and including certain insertions that bear some meaning during the interpretation. I said in the beginning that remembering what you need to interpret is the problem number one, and you need time to learn how to do it and be able to remember several sentences at least without making notes, and up to a page of text with the notes. And depending on the subject matter, there are different challenges that we face. For example, if it is a technical translation during some roundtable conference, or just meeting of the company, with an international company, then you need to make notes and remember a lot of technical information, including figures and measurements, everything. And it's one thing. I cannot say that it is the most difficult thing, because you just listen, you make notes, and you render these, interpret these afterwards. The most difficult thing, to my mind, is to translate something with philosophical content, because you should trace the thought very closely, and actually there is nothing to put down. Making notes sometimes makes the process, it's just doubles the number of tasks you are to perform. So you just trace the thought in your mind, and then you try to follow it in the same way, I find it the most difficult. Is there any secret how to remember it? First of all, I will give you several tips. First, don't concentrate on the words you don't understand. So if you are scared that you don't know a word, you just don't listen anymore, and then all the rest of the information just escapes your mind, and there is no way to go back, because of course you can ask a speaker to say it again, but nobody likes it, and you cannot do it several times. You can do it once or maybe twice during the whole event, but in general, people expect you to understand immediately and remember immediately, and preferably we shouldn't be noticed. So the best result of an interpreter's work is that people just don't remember the existence of this professional, and they just remember their conversation, or they remember the contents of the lecture. So we don't focus on the words we don't know, because context of the whole sentence or the whole phrase can help us guess what it was and go on. Another thing is that any statement has several points of information, and we should make ticks in our mind, 1, 2, 3, 4, singling out only the significant information. And if we do it while listening, then we go back while interpreting, and we go from one point to another, and so on, and most likely you won't forget it. But it is important to be focused and concentrated all the time. That is why it is so exhausting. Interpreting is very tiring and very complicated psychologically and mentally, because you cannot relax for a second. If you relax and your mind goes away, it's a disaster. Actually, you cannot go back, and you just don't know what was going on. So first, don't focus on the unknown words. Second, divide the statement into pieces of information, and going back, try to interpret, retell as close as possible to what you heard, but don't, again, if you understand what you said, what you heard, but you don't know how to translate it, don't wait until your mind helps you with this word. Just try to go around it. It is possible in any situation.